We are live. All right, we'll see how good this works tonight. We have some lightning storms and weather issues tonight. So, had one time during Amanda's music show that the signal was buffering. So I'm glad I didn't do the show. Bobby did the show for me today. Thank you to Bobby. All right, so now let's see what's going on here. Okay, now we can. Oh, something wrong with. Oh no, I don't need to extend. I'm done. Done with that. All right. So who's all here? Who's all looking in? Yeah, we got two on Errt Radio shows. Hey, folks over there on Errt Radio shows, you can stay there if you want. But if you want to come on over to the YouTube channel, Errt Radio YouTube. Funny thing is, with these headphones here, the microphone's in the earpiece, and I'm always used to the thing coming out or whatever. I'm used to seeing it on the side of my face, and it's not there. But yet, it's still working just fine. Come on over to the YouTube channel, Errt Radio channel on YouTube. Really easy to find. You can stay where you're at if you want. Multitask. Then I can see who you are. And if you want a reading tonight, hey, I'm doing readings tonight. Bobby, you're first up. You want to go? You want a reading? All right. First up. First in line, Bobby. Yes or no? First in line. You want first reading? Did you hear it first? I checked with, I sent Julie a link. I don't know if she'll be able to get here or not, but we'll see. Okay, stop moving. All right. Okay, we're gonna do four cards. All right, Bobby, like you normally do. If you're over on radio shows, let them know where we're at over here on the YouTube side, and they can stay there if they want. But multitask, people, multitask. Come on, you can do it. I know you can. You watch 25 channels at once. You can do this. And you got TV going on in the background. I know, because I do the same thing. I'm not saying I'm very good at it, but I do the same thing. All right. I got my thing I'm doing, and I got six other things going on in the background. Just make sure I stay awake. All right. Here's the first one, Bobby. Three of abundance. You know, that's kind of like the one that you picked for your choice today. Hey, Antonio Hernandez. Hello. How you doing? All right. So three of abundance, Bobby, and I'll take a picture of this. Antonio Hernandez, would you like a reading, sir? And welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. Now, of course, I stole that from Jimmy Fallon, so don't get mad at me for that. Nine of them of emotions. I give him credit for it. Give me a break. Nine of emotions. Now, I leave it up there for a second, even though you can definitely go back and uh, play it and pause it, read it all you want, look it up and see what the card means. And these, in case you didn't know, these I've been using for a little while. I've gotten used to these. These are Angel, Guardian Angel tarot cards by Rodley Valentine. I guess that's how you say that. If I said that wrong, don't hate me for it. Talk to the editor and spell that guy's name. That would be God. All right. Be open to success, Bobby. I think we had that one for you before. Go back and look at that. Take notes. Number 7. Take notes. All right. So you got Trying to get these to be straight, and every time I try to do that, my arm goes crazy and it goes the other way. All right. 8 of action. Got a lot going on, Bobby. You got family stuff going on. A lot of things happening. Well, you might not see it now, but be aware of it. Don't be overwhelmed. Okay, now let me get that picture and I'll send it to you, and then you can take a look at it and at your own time and enjoy it. What I do here, Antonio, is I take a picture of the cards that I read for the people that want to have the cards sent to their private messenger. Since you're on Facebook, I'm sure you're a friend of mine, obviously, because you're here. So, uh, we can definitely, send it to you. But if we're not friends, we'll have to get that fixed. And I'll send it to you, though, on Messenger. If that's all right for you. All right, so I'm going to send this to Bobby right now. And there we go. So there you go, Bobby. You should have it in your Skype. I'm going to take a look at those cards and see what they mean here on my camera, on my phone, rather, so I can zoom in on it and read it. Okay, 3 of abundance. All right. Your passions will lead to your divine life purpose. Think about that, Bobby. Think about what your passions are right at this moment, what your biggest desire is to achieve. You can, let's say within the next month, what is you don't have to share this with anybody, this is for yourself. Ask yourself, what is your primary desire in the next month? 30 days if you want. All right. Instead of going a whole year or going the rest of this year, rather, since we're already in halfway through April. It's amazing we don't do anything, and yet we're halfway through April already. And that's pretty darn incredible when you think about it. But so anyway, do what you love and have confidence in your talent. Learn everything there is to know about your interests by taking classes, getting a mentor. I think we talked about this before, or teaming up with like minded people. Allow your creativity to soar. I like that. So, in your own mind, Bobby, in your own heart, think about what is your desire. What do you want to go after? Meaning, like, do you like broadcasting? Do you like the YouTube podcasting? Do you like to do your own show? Which you've been helping me out a little bit. And Bobby's been doing some shows for me on Errt Radio. If you don't know where Errt Radio is, find it on mixlr.com and also on our chat, on our little chat room that Andy Morrow set up. I got Anthony and Antonio now. Andy, got all kinds of people, all kinds of names I got to remember. 9 of emotions is the second card. Now these aren't necessarily past, present, future, and the final. These are kind of all grouped together, and they all tell the whole story. I think that's why I like how Julie described it when she reads my daily reading, which I do. I do 4 cards every day. I post them on my Facebook page, my personal page, and I share them to my group pages. And uh, I always have to pick a card for when you see the 4 cards. You pick the card that speaks to you the loudest. But in this reading here, we read it all together, and it all kind of tells a similar story. It's kind of weird that it all kind of come up at the same time in reading. All right, so Nine of Emotion. This is a magical time in your life when wishes are granted and dreams come true. It may seem that good luck is following you, but actually, these happy times are your just reward for being a loving and wonderful person. Your angels are asking you to enjoy your life and have more fun. There you go. And the next card right after this one we just read, Nine of Emotions, we have the major arcana card in this particular deck is number 7, and you have be open to success. Now, remember, you just got done saying your angels are asking you to enjoy your life and have more fun. And the first card, let's look at the last line of each card. Okay, the first card, Three of Abundance, allow your creativity to soar. Okay, there you go. The last line of the second card is your angels are asking you to enjoy your life and have more fun. Allow your creativity to grow or soar. Your angels are asking you to enjoy your life and have more fun. You see the continuance of the two cards, and the third card is be open to success. We've had this card before for you too, Bobby. Be open to success. Look at all the wonderful things you can do when you listen to your divine guidance, whoever that might be. You balance so many different priorities and have come out a winner. There will be a lot of recognition and praise headed your way, but don't be shy. Allow, now here's the last line of this one, allow others to shower you with gratitude you deserve. Now remember what you were saying at the end of the show today on Music with a Theme. You were reminding me primarily that you were uh, taking care of the show, and I failed to make that clear. Although I did make it clear early on. I said that you were running the show, and because of my weather issues. But when I said great show, Amanda, and I didn't say thank you, Bobby, at the moment, but I was getting there, and I did say it earlier. So it's not like I didn't say it at all, just I didn't say it all in the same sentence. But anyway, you did get the clear thank you on that one. Okay. But then eight of action. Okay, so take notes on that last line. When you look at these cards, Bobby, write down the last line of each card. Okay. So the last line of each card, I want you to write down and just look at them all at once together. Okay. Eight of action. Okay, now that's the same thing as, wait, now I thought well, there was something there that we said that was so much going on. What was it? Okay. No, okay. Yes, I already read it once. Okay, there's so much going on right now that it may feel overwhelming to you. And yet it's wonderful to be so busy with the work that you love, which is broadcasting, sharing your sharing your thoughts and expressions with people in a positive and loving way. You know, and it doesn't matter if anyone agrees with you or believes in it or not. But the point is, if you're sharing it, that's a good thing. Okay. And express gratitude for the blessings of heaven that are taking up your time, even if life feels challenging. If you're asked to travel and take a flight, then do so with confidence. I don't know if you're planning on going anywhere, Bobby, but if you are, then don't be afraid of that. Go for it. All right, Antonio, would you like a reading? Yes or no in the chat, please. And who are these other people over here on this other list here? Got two on radio. Okay. Okay, that's good. Two on YouTube already. Okay. Antonio, would you like a reading with these cards? My allergies are a little bit crazy recently. With the extreme weather changes, goes from 70 degrees in the daytime and then rain and 50 degrees and but when it was dry and windy, it was a lot of dust and falling, different, I guess, grass falling, flying around. Antonio, yes or no? Reading, I'll do four cards if you want. So think about what your desires. I wish Antonio would say yes. That would be nice. Okay, now we got one left on YouTube. Did Antonio leave? So Bobby, if you look at those four cards, though, tell me what you think. I want you to either write down or type them out on your notepad on the computer. And if you write them down, though, I think that'd be better for you. You write them down, and then you just kind of focus on that last line. See what it means. Antonio, are you still here? Yes or no? I don't think Antonio's here. So I guess that's all the card reading we're going to do for now. So what I wanted to talk about is that some people, when they talk about talking about last weekend, crucifixion and resurrection and all that, and so I wanted to get into the marks of the cross. All right, because when Jesus when Jesus ascended into the heavens after he was resurrected, and then he ascended into the heavens, and he said, "Why stand?" Or the Holy Spirit says, "Why stand there looking up?" Or no, why stand there looking at me or whatever? This same Jesus will return to you. And the biggest point was that things were the whole point of the marks of the cross were the big thing about wasn't really Jesus, right? For instance, when he appeared to the 12, and I make this point, some say, oh, they couldn't have just nailed the nails into the palm of the hand because the hand wouldn't have been able to support it. I agree with that. Now, I don't know if they would have taken time to wrap rope around his wrist or anything like that, but they might have put another nail into the wrist, okay? And then he'd have nail marks in the wrist and in the palm. Because when he appeared to the 12 in the upper room, okay, and he said, "It is I, not a ghost." So ghosts were real, spirits are real, things that go bump in the night are real. We don't understand it. I got plenty of those things around here. And don't be afraid though, but understand, ask who it is, find out who they are. So I think this research that we're doing is legitimate. I think it's good that we do it. Now, in the marks of the cross, Jesus makes the point that here, look at the palms of my hand. I have nail print hand. Look, I have a hole in the side where the spear was. There is body and bone, but no blood. There is flesh. There is a body here. And he is not a ghost. He made that very clear. Doubting Thomas was the first one to get up and go and check that out for himself. I'm not a scholar in any means of any history or biblical understanding or scholar or anything like that, but I know certain things and I know things about this story, and I read the Bible cover to cover. I don't understand 90% of it, but anyway, I do believe all of it. I can't explain it. I don't understand it to try to even share what my thoughts are completely. But on this one part here, I do. All right, now, he had the marks of the crown of thorns on his skull. Now, the points of this is that we will know him when he returns by the marks of the cross. That is one clear message that Jesus was pointing out when he appeared to the 12 in the upper room. Okay. And like the next day, I don't know if that was the Sunday afternoon or Monday afternoon when that happened. Must have been Sunday because they were all there in prayer. So it must have been Sunday. Of course, they were all afraid of their life, fear, fear for their lives. And so they were trying to hide out and praying. And then all of a sudden, he shows up without opening up the door. He just appears in his room. And of course, I would think that that's a ghost. So yeah, I would think the same thing. I agree with that. So then the thing is, hey Venus, how you doing? Hey, you want a reading? You want to join me? You want to do a reading for these guys? Let me send you that. I was going to, gosh darn it, I was going to show you my clock actually. Now I have to get up and go get it. I have a clock that I ordered. Okay. Let me send this link to Venus and see if she wants to join me, so I'm not just talking to myself. Okay, so now the interesting thing is this, though. Okay, is that Jesus made it clear that the mark of the cross. Oh no. Okay. All right. Well, I'll read it. Can I do my normal four cards for you? That's what I feel is important. I need to do four cards. I feel like four cards. Oh, well, thank you, goodness. That's good. So when the point is the mark of the cross, and then somebody tries to make the point of, well, they wouldn't have just nailed a hammer or nailed a hammer the nail into the palms and just let them go, you know. Dealer's choice. All right, my choice. I'm gonna do four cards for Miss Venus. Well, this seems to be a happy sign of a suit today. Ace of Abundance. So the point that I make is I had this one guy that was whacked out on meth or coke or crack or speed or whatever you want to call it. And that was 87, around 87. Facebook user, who is that? All right, messenger of action. Venus, you are a messenger. I don't know what kind of action they're talking about, but you are a messenger. Don't get mad at me now. I'm just sharing the thought. Um, so this guy was running down the street though, and he said, "I saw Jesus. I saw Jesus." And I stopped him. Of course, he looked like he was half out of his mind because he was on whatever he was on, LSD or speed or whatever it was in the 80s that they were using. I don't think crack was a thing at the moment at that time, but uh, he said he saw Jesus, and I said, "Well, what did he look like? Did you see the marks of the cross?" And he couldn't tell me one of the marks of the cross. So that's one way you can test anyone that says they've seen Jesus. You can ask them, did he have the marks of the cross? Successful completion, Venus. Look at that. That's number 21 of the major arcana of this deck. How about that? Now, you can pause this later and take a look at it, but I'm also going to send you the picture of it. What I want you to do, as I asked Bobby to do, what I would like you to do is to take notice of the last line of each card. Okay? The bottom line of each card, or if it starts on the top line and you got the period and it goes on, then I want you to write down each one of each of the cards. Okay, so anyway, I asked him if he saw the marks of the cross, and he could not name one mark of the cross. I mean, you'd think you'd notice the spear in the side or crown of thorns, or even a nail print hands. All right, but no, he doesn't. He doesn't mention even one of those. I'm like, you didn't see Jesus. I don't know who you saw, but you didn't see Jesus. 'Cause if you saw Jesus, you'd see the marks of the cross. Plain and simple. All right, now we'll get these. Oh, get back on there. Now we're gonna read each one, and I'll show you what I'm talking about with this. First, let me edit it, then I'll get ready to, or I'll send it first, and I'll read it. Hold on, don't get ahead of myself. Hold on, slow down there. All right, so I had some Jehovah's Witnesses come by my apartment too. That same time, about the same time, and they tried to tell me about who Jesus was. Okay. Yes, the marks are permanent remembrance of the crucifixion. Okay. So they are going to be a permanent scar, whatever that wound was that he suffered, the spear in the side, the nail print palms. But Jesus said, The Holy Spirit said when he was ascending into heaven, he said, "This same Jesus will return to you." Okay, so what does that mean? We're going to know him. Okay, we're going to know him as we remembered him, which would be the marks of the cross. That makes sense? I mean, it's just like when we see somebody that we recognize. What is it about them that we know? We know what they look like. We know what they sound like. We know what they're interested in a lot of times. And we recognize them because of how we remember them. Visual recognition. But now, mind you, okay, anything can appear and try to call himself or call themselves Jesus, although you can test that. Okay. Hey, Julie, how you doing? All right, so Venus, now when you look at those four cards I sent you in Skype, I sent you the cards in Skype there, and I want you to take a look at the last line of each card. And actually, I was going to read these to you. That's what I was going to do. That's what I was going to do since no one else is. Oh, Julie might want to read it. I'll do that. I'll do that. But Julie, you can join me if you want. I sent you the link on the messenger. Okay, I was going to read this each card. And I want you to take a moment to look at the last line. Now, okay, that's interesting. You might want to read the last two lines on the first one. might be better for you. So the first card is Ace of Abundance. This cherub brings wonderful news. A windfall of resources comes your way. So keep looking for that, Venus, to help you with your plans. These resources may involve money, advice, or assistance in getting things done. It's a good time to start a new venture, change careers, or go into business for yourself. Then the last line is this one. There may be important contracts to sign. So let's take the last two lines on this one for you, Venus. It's a good time to start a new venture, change careers, or go into business for yourself. Then the last line is there may be important contracts to sign. Be careful of that one. I know enough about that just with what I went through. I'm still dealing with some of the. Okay, messenger of action. Okay, something new and exciting related to creativity or your career comes to your attention. You feel an eagerness to learn and you're ready to get going. Although you may feel insecure, do it anyway. This card represents someone in your life, or maybe you, who is creative, enthusiastic, and fascinated by life, and who wants to try everything. Now, that last line is this card represents someone in your life, or maybe you, who is creative, enthusiastic, and fascinated by life, and who wants to try everything. There you go. And then the Major Arcana card number 21 of this deck. Now you can look at the comparison uh, of the Major Arcana of the regular tarot deck and compare these with these ones, okay? But this one is successful completion. This is a time of incredible accomplishment. You are justified in feeling joy, a sense of completion, and pride in the amazing job you've done. You've been blessed with many spiritual insights. Soon you'll begin a new journey, but for now, take time to bask in the happiness of your dreams coming true. Okay, so the last line on this one is soon you'll begin a new journey, but for now, take time to bask in the happiness of your dreams coming true. So, okay, who is creative, enthusiastic, and fascinated by life, and who wants to try everything. Okay, and then it's a good time to start. Okay, new venture, change careers, business for yourself, and maybe contract to sign. Okay, and then fascinated by life and who wants to try everything. Okay, and then take time to bask in the happiness of your dreams coming true. They all go together. Look at that. Now remember, I shuffle the cards first now. We get a helper of thought. Your life is about to start moving very fast, Venus. Events that seem to be on hold suddenly require all your attention. There is no time to sit and ponder. You've got to get moving. Review the details as best you can. You know, okay, this is one I had messed up when I read it the last time, and I didn't quite understand this line. I think I messed the word up. You know, we'll meet. You know, comma, will meet, or are someone. Oh, okay, maybe that's when I don't say the comma. Okay, you know, comma, will meet, or are someone with a very quick mind who instantly grasps what to do. This person is both confident and courageous. That goes with the other cards as well. That's another thing. How is that even possible when I shuffle the cards? Well, anyway, there you go. I don't know, but just be ready. Be ready. All right, no worries, Julie. You don't have to come on if you don't want to. Um, I'll do a reading for you though. New MMS message download. I don't think so. All right. So I like downloading messages. I don't know what they are. All right, so we're gonna do four cards for Julie, 'cause that's what I think. I like four cards. You notice how they all work together now. You notice I do shuffle them quite a bit here. And then I end up, after I shuffle them, just enough times I do a cut. Antonio Hernandez was on here, but for some reason he's not answering my question if he wants a reading or not. So, okay, so Guardian of Thought. I'll read these after I take the picture and send them to you, then I'll read them all and you can take a look at them. And I just have it there just long enough where if you want to pause it. Okay. Do you think that would be swords? Yeah, if you can, uh, we're gonna do them in order. We're not gonna shuffle them around, even if I got five the same card. Okay, Messenger of Thought. You got Guardian of Thought, Messenger of Thought, and I'll send you the picture of the whole group together. But just so if you wanted to look at that later on the screen, you can. So basically, what I'm saying about the March of the Cross is that most of us work on a visualization technique for understanding. Okay? You might be thinking too much, but you might need to sort your thoughts in order of what they need to be. Maybe you're thinking 5 different directions when you need to be focused. And this is number 20, and review and contemplation. Okay. So I think you got a lot going on, Julie. I know that for sure. But you're headed in the right direction. And Julie asked, can I share this, Julie? Tell me if I can share this or not. What do you want? Well, I don't have to share what we talked about, but um, she wanted me to try something with my dowsing rods, which I haven't tried that yet. No, not that. Don't think like that, Venus. Gotta watch out. Some of this crowd gets kind of weird. No, Julie. Oh, okay. Julie was sharing uh, ways to use the dowsing rods instead of just locating things. I can ask them yes or no questions, which I didn't know that I could do that. I always thought it was just for locator things, which I use it for gold, where I tested it out on finding coins, you know, that I had hidden for a while, and I didn't know where the coins were after a week, I forgot where I put them, and then I'm using dowsing rod to find the coins. And the entrance where the ghosts or spirits were coming into my house, or where the most activity was. A lot of it was in the basement, and there's some upstairs as well, which Julie knows some of that here. But we were asking the dowsing rods about some names and about some activities and things that Julie is connected with. And what's interesting is when we ask dowsing rods a yes or no question, the interesting thing is that they said yes. Okay, now the way that they said yes, here's how I discovered what yes was. First of all, you gotta make sure you know what the yes is for the dowsing rods. Okay. Now I can use dowsing rods, which I proved that today, and I can use them. And some people say, "Oh, they're not real. Oh, you're making your hand do that." No, they're free floating rod inside a copper sleeve, which I have no contact with the rod itself. Okay. And if anyone really knows how dowsing rods are made and how they work, there's really no way that we can make it function in the way that they're trying to say. It would be interfering with the actual motion of the rod itself. So now let's see if I got that saved right now. Okay. Now I'm going to send these to you, Julie, and then you can take a look at them. But like I asked Julie, or like I asked the Venus on your Errt cards, the last line, write it down, pay attention to it, and that's your lesson for each card is that last line. Okay, and there you go. Sent them to you in Messenger. All right, so let's take a look at this. Yeah, that's what I can't read these cards. I gotta use it on the camera. I'm going blind, I think. Okay. All right. So, first card up is Guardian of Thought. All right. You may be called upon to be a spokesperson. Remember, Julie, I did a reading for you. I did an aura reading for you. And blue, I think, was one of the colors that you had. You had, if I remember right, you had green, I think, was your primary. Orange was your secondary. And I believe blue was your third. All right. What do you mean you're not sure of them, Venus? Oh, you mean about the suit, the major arcana set and how they relate to the normal deck? Okay, well, this is a set, regular, well, it's based on the regular deck mainly with the different types of suits. Of course, this person's own art and own interpretation of what each one means. But anyway, you may be called upon to be a spokesperson for a cause close to your heart. What are you working on? Okay, that's right. Uh, your angels will give you the perfect words, and you'll do diligently. You will be asked to be a mentor or find one yourself. This situation involves someone who's professional with a positive attitude and fresh ideas. This person, who could be you, may be emotionally unavailable. Hmm. So, huh. So the last two lines on that one too. Okay. You'll have to look at that yourself and see what you think. Messenger of thought. First one was guardian of thought, then messenger of thought. A new topic or intellectual project is really exciting for you. There's so much to learn before you feel ready to move forward. New information may require changes to your plans. We know about those. We all have changes to our plans occasionally, right? Review all documents carefully. I think you warned me about that. Okay. You know, wait, now we just had this one and I shuffled the deck. What the hell is going on here? Okay. You know, we'll meet or are someone who's commenter who loves to learn and share knowledge. This person is brilliant and truthful, but also blunt and not very diplomatic. Well, the other card is kind of worded. I don't think it's the same card though, but that is similar to the weird wording on that card. And then the other one is a 20 and review and contemplation. You've accomplished a great deal in your life and you have much to be proud of. Now it's time to decide what's next. I think you're working on that. Okay. As you contemplate the past and the present, you'll get clear on your divine life purpose. Don't be distracted by conventional thinking. Be the real you. I think you're on the way already. Okay, and then the four of abundance. See now, Venus, the abundance would be pentacles, the thought would be, what would thought be in in a regular deck? What would the thought suit be? That be heart? The four of abundance of pentacles. We get that. Okay, it's time to reflect upon your relationship with money. Usually it's not enough. That's my relationship. No matter how much you have, it's usually not enough. Okay, it's time to reflect upon your relationship with money. Are you spending it too freely, or are you holding on to it too tightly? This can also relate to how you give of yourself to others. Not always really physical money, but how you treat your relationships, friendships, or otherwise. This can also relate to how you give of yourself to others. Is your heart open or are you holding back? Your hard work and wise investments will bring great success. That makes more sense than the other card and than the second card. Okay. But they all kind of all make sense together. Okay, now, Julie, I sent them to you in your messenger. You can take a look at those, and I want you to write down the last lines of each card, or the last two lines if it doesn't make sense on the last line. The last line can sometimes be a continuation of that second to the last line. Okay, so you want to write down the last two lines if you need to make it all sensible. But reflect upon the last lines of each of these cards and see if they don't go together. Right? All right, so there you go. There you have it. That is it. So now what? Who's going to do mine? Who's going to read for me? Nobody's here to read for me. I got three on YouTube. That's it. Nobody on the other channels. Yeah, so one of the things we were asking about. Oh, thank you, Venus. Yeah, good. So we were asking, what was that name you gave Julie about that name? Uh, Another name for Eve. Now, I don't, going back to the Bible thing, I don't believe that Eve was necessarily the first wife of Adam because it doesn't say that. Okay. Um, I don't, yeah, in Keto, yeah, see, now can't remember where I remember seeing that name, but that does seem familiar to me for some strange reason. But in my opinion, Eve was not the first wife of Adam. Okay, Lilith was one of the wives, but again, even Lilith might not have been the first. Was Lilith really the first? Okay, yeah, yeah, two different women, but now everyone tries to say that Eve was the first one. No, because when you look at the scripture, when the rib was taken from Adam and then Eve was created the same manner as Adam was, but with one of his ribs. Okay, so then Adam expresses the comment saying, "Oh, bone of my bone," meaning that she's come from him And he is always going to be basically the ruler over the woman, even though some of the women might not like that sorry woman. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Please do. Please set it straight. I want to learn more. But um, anyway, the point of the matter is that the expression that Adam made is this: that Adam was pleased with the fact that, yeah, what Julie is saying, that Eve was going to be, subjected to him because of the bone that was used to make her from him. Okay. Where Lilith, on the other hand, was made like Adam was, but there was no connection to Adam per se, if you know what I mean. Where Eve, on the other hand, there was a physical connection with Adam according to the, yeah, yeah. So Julie is deep in thought with some connections that she's making with some channeling that she's been doing. And um, I had a thought. What did I have a thought about beyond all this? I was thinking about something else. That I wanted somebody to channel something. What was it? What was it that I was thinking of that was a really good idea for you to channel? And I want you guys to do that. Now you got me confused what I was trying to figure out on that one. I'm gonna have to go back and think on that one. But anyway, in the sense of the idea of the wife, okay, Eve was of Adam because God took the rib from Adam. Remember, put him in deep sleep and took the rib out, made Eve, and then he woke up and said, "Oh, I gotta help her. Look at that." And obviously, Lilith was not a helper, right? And now, what was interesting about Julie's conversation in chat is he was talking about how she knows his name in Diku, Endiku, and Eve. They're not the same woman, but they were, or are they the same woman? But Lilith is not the same. Lilith is a separate entity altogether. But then I think there were many others that we're not even told about. Okay, Lilith was almost close to what God had intended, but then Lilith didn't want to be subjected to Adam. Okay, now there are some historical writings that are not in the Bible, but they are in reference to that whole story. Okay, okay. Eve and Enkidu are the same person, just different names. Okay, got you. Or different translation of the name, perhaps. But then Lilith is a whole different entity, though. Again, Lilith was created like Adam without the bone. Okay. Yeah. Now I was gonna think about what was I gonna say for you to remote view. Oh, oh, I know. I don't know if I can share that though. I need you, Julie. You know our friend Andy, right? Andy Morrow, our friend in chat a lot of times. Um, check with him. I don't want to share his story without his permission, but he had a situation that occurred that was really kind of strange. But it'd be interesting to find out if anybody can view that situation and get some answers. Reach out to him and offer your uh, help him out with some interesting little questions about stuff. Um, no, this is something about his neighbor that occurred. But that's about all I can go into it because it's an active situation. But find out what happened there. That was interesting. Don't share too much on the open chat because we don't know enough stories, and I don't want to give anything away. Okay, this is real serious stuff we're talking about that really happened, and we don't know why. And Andy's really worried about them. So anyway, uh, what I was getting at is there were a lot more people in the garden besides Adam and Eve. Okay, so I mean, if there wasn't, just an immediate family, you had Adam and Eve, they had their sons, right? Now they had to have some other children, probably some other females there besides Eve, obviously. And they had their immediate family that kept growing, and of course, then it was pure. There was no sin in the line of the human line at the moment, and so they could do all that without any problem. It wasn't considered sin in that necessarily. Uh, Advancement of the human race. Now, in our viewpoint, now that would be totally unacceptable and wrong to do anything like that early family did. But in the case of making the human race grow, you had to do that. It said procreate and make human beings, right? That's what they said. So I would have to imagine there were a lot of people in the garden before they got kicked out. Okay. Yeah, I will ask Andy to contact you. He knows who you are. Obviously, he knows. And so I will definitely ask him to contact you, and then you can guide him in some ways, or at least give him some comfort of why, you know, why something happened. I won't go into it because, again, I don't have the freedom to discuss his business. But just something popped in my head, and I had to share it. Anyway, oh, you're welcome, Julie. Yeah, and I do this. All this is as well. I want to make sure everyone knows that this is for. I always like to say this because I don't want anybody to get mad, like, oh, you're not telling the truth or whatever. Uh, this is entertainment and information only. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a professional psychiatrist or anything like that. Thank God for that. We'd all be in trouble. You wanted to make sure that people know that little disclosure there that we do this for fun, entertainment, and if anything makes sense to you, do the research and look into it and see if what I'm saying isn't right for you or if it is right for you or whatever. If it works out, then go for it. You know. And what Julie asked me to do was use dowsing rods for yes and no questions. Well, like I said, I always use the dowsing rods for locator things, locating gold, locating spirits, locating whatever, you're using the magnetic energy from the local earth, whether it be in your living room or in the yard or wherever you are. You're on a river looking for gold, whatever. Um, you're connecting to planet Earth, and it's using the local Earth energy to direct what you're looking for. I didn't know about the yes or no questions like the pendulum. I usually use the pendulum for the yes or no questions on that sort of stuff. But what she was asking about was some things that I had no clue. Like, was Eve's name also Enkidu? And it said yes. Like, what? How did you even know that? Uh, yep, you're welcome, Venus. Yeah, just look at those last lines on each of those cards and tell me if they don't go together. If they make any sense at all. That'd be awesome. And then she asked me about Thomas Paine, and the answers were yes. And I kind of asked it a little bit differently than what she was saying, but I still got the same point across. And Thomas Paine had some really interesting talent. There's more to ask. Uh, Julie's trying to decipher some information she's getting, and the dowsing rods are giving us clear, reasonable results to her questions, which was pretty darn amazing. I'm going to work on that a little bit more on knowing the yes or no answers and working on that. Now we're talking about a flooded road. Oh no. And that's probably the road that I got to go down. Let's hope not. Not now, anyway. I don't have to go down there. But what if I have to go down there? What if I'm driving on my trip and I got a problem or I got a detour? Got to take a long way out of the way and just go around someplace. Let's hope not. Let's hope it's just clear drive all the way through. No weather issues. Trail are closed for the high water on the Mississippi. Yeah, I'm glad I don't have that trouble. Yeah, we're way away from that today. This year it's all going west of us, I think, from what I can see. We're in good shape. So yeah, there's a lot of things that Julie's getting information about. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, well keep asking. Keep reaching out and asking and you'll get the answers. Funny thing was, I have this pendant here on this silver chain. This is a black obsidian. Native American teardrop is what it is. And a little holder sits on the chain, silver chain. I tested the pendant theory on this. I have a pendant right here. I can use a yes or no pendant anytime I need it. Right there. I got my other agate that I have over there on the leather cord that I use for my normal pendant, but this one will work too. Now that I know it does. But I don't know if I'm using this for my protection. Do I want to be using it for a pendant? I'm trying to use it for protection. I don't know. Good question. Well, so what's interesting about the March of the Cross, so back to that real quick. When you think about when your loved ones move on, All right. And it's always been taught, that I remember, that we will know them as we remember them. They're still going to be them up there, or wherever they are, whenever we get there. They're still going to be them. Okay. That's the thing that we need to understand. So now, Jesus is going to be Jesus, and he will always have the marks of the cross when he makes himself viewable to all of us to see him. Okay? There is really, I don't think there's anybody that can pull that off and have those marks on their body to make it look like that. And that's the other thing about the marks of the cross. Okay? And there's nobody that can go through that torment and pain, even if it's just to make it look like that. All right? I cry when I get a paper cut on my hand. Ow, that hurts. You know, who doesn't, right? So you can imagine uh, the pain that Jesus suffered for everybody, whether or not you believe in it. That's up to you. But for myself, I believe in it. I don't understand it. I didn't say that. I don't understand it, but I believe it. And I think most of our Christian belief and our whole religious Christianity faith is based on faith, not necessarily what we have physically witnessed, but on what we believe happened. Okay? So, but I don't know. What do you think? They said there's a lesson also. You will know them by their fruits, talking about Christianity, talking about Christians or very faithful religious people. Uh, Whatever, you will know them by their fruits. So if they're talking the walk, walking the talk, then they are the right person and they are who they say they are. But if they're saying one thing and walking a different way, they're not anyone you want to be around. Okay? And so hopefully we can meet real, sincere, and legitimate people, which, knock on wood, so far, I have been able to do that. And, yeah, oh, that's what I was going to get that clock and show you what that clock looks like. That's what I was going to do. I have to get a battery for it, a new battery, preferably. I have some batteries, but I don't know how much power they have. But let me get that clock for you. I don't I actually have to get up to that. Crazy, huh? Let me turn off the camera for that. I'll be right back. Excuse me. Got my mic was in my headset. I forgot that earlier. I'm still got that problem there. Alright, this thing here. Now, If any of you want one of these, let me know. We'll order one for you. But you'll have to pay the price that I paid for it. No discount. I didn't get a discount. I had to pay for shipping. But it's pretty darn cool, though. All right. We're back. No, I'm coming back. I had to get up and get my clock. Hold on. Let me get this here. Yep, I'll be right back, I said. So now this isn't quite exactly centered like I wanted it, so I need to center it a little bit better, a little bit to the left or towards the three. But other than that, look at that. See, it's a little bit, if you're looking at it on there, it needs to move over to the three side just a little bit. But isn't that cool though? What time is it? It's Errt radio time. That's what time it is. So if anyone should clock on just a battery clock, I'm gonna get a battery for it. That look cool. This can be set. I had a little stand here. Go in, little plastic stand. I put it on a shelf, or I can put it inside a clock cover. Oh, that can be changed. Okay. Ah, okay. Yeah, There we go. No, that gotta be straight like that. There we go. So anyway, how do you guys like that? That cool or what? That's what I had done. I just sent them to my picture. I didn't align the picture right though for some reason. Final final touch wasn't quite right. But there you have it. That's it. I think it was $21 plus shipping, I think. So I would I would charge if I was gonna order it and have it sent to you directly, I'd do it for you'd pay me $30 and I'd pay for it and I get like $2 for the trouble. I wouldn't get much money out of it, that's for sure. But you could have a cool clock though. So yeah, so there you go. That's what I got going on there. When I hit we'll see if I get 5,000 shows or 100,000 total listens first. We'll see which one happens first. Whichever one happens first, wherever it is on the count. I want to do a silver coin though for radio with my logo on the edge and put the number of shows and the total listens that we have at that time and the year that the coin is made. And it'll be a 1 ounce silver coin. And on the back, we're going to put my other avatar icon for my speaker channel, which is the microphone and headphone thing. And I think that's all I want to do on that. and it'll be all 1 ounce silver, pure silver, with my image on the head side and the microphone stamped on the tail side, actually forged into the coin, if you will. And that would be pretty darn cool. I know people that do that. I'm not sure how much it would cost, but I know the silver coin, 1 ounce of silver is going to be, uh, well, it goes for about $25, I guess, for an ounce of silver. If you do the coin, art value of it is going to be about $100, about that much for that coin. So personally, created for what I want. That's my idea anyway. So, and we can have a few of those made if anybody wants a special coin to commemorate the station. And of course, you always get your badge. Don't forget, you can get badges, or even a patch. I can get you a patch. If you want a patch. And my other friend's badge over here, Joy Medea, in the other rooms on Thursday night. So some of us checked that out together. We're all trying to watch his show at the same time as other things are going on. Multitask, multitask, multitask. Got to multitask. We're going to get anywhere in this world. We got to do 3 and 4 things at once, or we're not going to get anywhere. You only do one thing at a time. It's going to be all day before you get done. So, yeah, when I go to Pine Bush this year, if everything goes right, we're going to get to meet Kathleen Martin. I got to interview Kathleen Martin on my little show, and it was, well, we didn't have a whole lot of viewers or listeners at the moment. I mean, the total amount we had was like in the 80,000 or something like that, and or 70,000, I think, somewhere around there. Anyway, she does conferences like Pine Bush, but she does like conference halls where she might have 500 people in a setting, where she's gonna be sharing her story about Betty and Barney Hill, or Barney and Betty Hill, or whatever, how you want to say it. Her aunt and uncle, she's her niece, right? So she shared her story about that and some other things that we talked about. We've been friends and talking on Facebook and all that stuff. And she's a nice woman. One of the nicest people I've met in the UFO community. I'm not saying that anyone else ain't that nice. Just saying that she's one of the few that I've met, actually met, and she's as genuine as everyone says that she is, and she's a very, very special individual. But I suppose she has to be because she has, she didn't get where she is uh, by being a rude person or a mean person or anything like that. So I think if you treat people with the proper amount of respect and treat them correctly as you're supposed to, then you'll get the same in return. That's what I believe, anyway. So hopefully we'll get to meet her in person. If everything goes well, we still get to go and she gets to be there and have a good time. And that's my plan anyway. So if we don't blow up between now and then, depending on what goes on in the world. But anyway, I think we'll be good for the rest of this year. Next year might be a different story, but that's a whole other show. I don't want to get shut down. Check out my Rumble channel on Rumble Video. Okay, our station chat channel is Rumble Talk. All right, Rumble Talk is universal chat for everybody to join in and sign up with your email, join in and have fun. and you know, do GIFs on that one and have fun talking about all kinds of things you want to talk about. And then on the Rumble video, I haven't quite gotten that going yet, but I have it created finally. I paid my fee for it. It actually got through and going fine on the payment through the method I got going now. And if I do well on it, if that increases, then I'll go up one level more to the $100 month level. But I need some donations on that one, and then we can actually make that happen. And then we can have topics when you have conversation that everybody else might want to talk about. Or if anyone else has their own podcast and they need more time, come on over and join my channel. Even here on YouTube, as long as you're not going to say something that'll get me banned. At least on Rumble, it's a little bit more relaxed. You can share things on Rumble that you can't on YouTube and Facebook, and you share it on Rumble, and they don't. As far as I know, there's not too many violations there. Wow, Twins beat Yankees again. What? Oh no, did I get that right? 9-4, 8-5. Wait, they beat them last night or the night before last. They beat them 11 to something. I think this pitch clock is really messing people up. You know that talking about baseball. The pitch count is messing people up, especially the pitcher. Twins beat Yankees in game two. There you go. That's not normal. Okay. Well, all right, folks. Well, I don't know what else. All right, thank you, Venus, for being here tonight. All right. So yeah, read the last lines of them cards and share your thoughts. What you think? Are they on topic? Are they on point, so to speak? Are they in line with what you think? And hopefully they are. And made some sense of what you need to know. All right. So I think that is it for me as well. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for is anyone over on Facebook at all? Bobby, are you checking on it? I don't see anybody on Facebook. No, nobody on the Facebook pages. So anyway, it's there when they want to see it. If they want to see it. Uh, they're going to call it a night early tonight. We're going to go ahead and take the rest of the evening off, and hopefully we have a quiet night with this weather. We had some thunderstorms rumbling through. Well, the Vikings are talking about getting rid of Cousins, it looks like. I don't know why. I think he did pretty good with all the management changes that he had to go through. Oh well, yeah. We'll see everybody on the next one. So if you see my channel on Rumble Video, please get on over there and follow that and share a comment, say something nice and uplifting. And if you have an idea for a show topic, or if you want to be a guest over there, be with me on a show, on the panel. We'll figure it out. We'll get it done. All right. Thank you, Bobby, for being here. And everyone else, Antonio Hernandez, if you want a reading at any time, please send me a private message and I'll be glad to give you one at any time. Uh, yeah, no worries about that. Always willing to do a reading for anybody that wants one, or if they're curious about what it does or what we're doing. Always willing to share thoughts and give you some information you might need. All right, so I'm out of here. We'll see you all on the next one. Have a great rest of your night and weekend. Hopefully, you have nice weather. And if you do have nice weather, get out there and enjoy it. All right, have a great night, everybody, and a great weekend. Bye bye.